Hello. I don't know if my phone is gonna last in the position I put it in, but I'm driving. Going to get a Wendy's fish sandwich. They're freaking delicious. But I was driving on the Sunken Meadow. It's a highway where I live, and it looked like a fucking cemetery. I know there's no bodies, but there are crosses alongside the highway, like the immense amount of crosses. And you have to think, well, what the fuck's going on here? All over the place. Now, I'm not talking one or two. I'm talking, 10. It depends on how far you go on your trip. There's one over here in my town, right on the sidewalk. Did that person get hit by the car going across the street? Jesus. Just be careful driving, man. I'm a good driver because I drove a cab for a long time. I learned to be defensive. When you drive a taxi, you learn how to drive quick. You learn how to drive like everybody's your enemy, basically. But I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I'm so I don't know. I'm discouraged, I guess is the word. No, the word's not discouraged. I'm disgusted. I actually told this guy in my doctor's office today. He said, I don't like this new office because I got a speeding ticket. Literally, as I'm filling out my paperwork, I go, well, don't speed. Fucking guy. He was like, I have a feeling. He was just like, what? I said, yeah, well, if you don't speed, you won't get a ticket. And you won't, speeding is bad. And it was just so fucking weird, I was just, I don't know why the hell I said, I don't even know this guy. And I'm like, yeah, don't speed. Because I overheard him say he got a speeding ticket on the way to the doctor's office. So I'm like, yeah, don't speed, bud. So I felt like that could be the Holy Spirit. You never know. Because sometimes shit comes out of your mouth and it pertains to the right thing, they may not like hearing it. And I gently said it. I said, just don't speed anymore, You won't get a ticket, most likely. And he was like, yeah, I guess you're right. So, I don't know, some things are preventable. Death. Some deaths, I think, are preventable. I don't know about this everything happens for a fucking reason shit. It's just, or it's your time. No. That's just a load of crap. It can't be. Yeah, God, of course the Lord, he accepts you into his arms when you die, if you pass that test. But I mean, like, to get creamed by a car on the highway or on the sidewalk is just not cool. And it's not normal. It's fucking not normal. It didn't happen when I was growing up. People weren't clipping each other left and right. If a kid got hit by a car, the whole county knew about it. It was like a shock. And now you hear about people getting clipped and dying all the time. Motorcycles, death. Motorcycle, death. You can't ride a motorcycle anymore. If you ride a motorcycle in these days, you're crazy. Because it's not safe. It's not safe. People don't give a shit. There's people that don't know how to fucking drive either. I don't know if it's because they just from another country and they just got their license too quickly. Whoops, there goes my phone. Or they just don't give a shit. You know, it just fucking pisses me off. And so I had to make a little video. I haven't made a video in a long time. I'm getting a sandwich, so I have to go through the drive-thru. Yay. Bye. Okay, returning to the video. Trying to drive slow. Yeah, you go ahead. Go in front of me, man. That's cool. I'll let you in. Because where am I going? No, I ain't got nowhere to go. That important. Oh, I gotta get to the White House. Shit. You know, I'm in New York. I better hurry up. You know, because I'm important. You know? Or, no, I'm a doctor. I need to get to my house. I gotta get to the hospital. No. Most of you are working class pieces of shit. You know, I'm not working class pieces of shit, but you're just your average Joe, okay? You don't have to be anywhere like 5 minutes earlier than you're supposed to be. Or if you gotta go somewhere and be at an appointment, you gotta leave early. Be on time. I did that today. I actually did not speed because when you have an old car, you can't speed. It's impossible. If you have a car 2002, you can't speed. It starts to come apart, like you could feel it shaking. So you don't want to do that, you know. And the thing is, it's freaking video working. Yeah. The thing is, you can't speed. I go 55. That's it. You know, the most 60. You know, on the highways. And then when I get back on the regular roads, I'm doing 30, you know. It's just, I don't do over 30 most of the time, and people hate me for it. You know, I live in a nice area. I'm actually poor as shit. But I live in a little place, snuck in there through the Lord's grace, and my landlord's wonderful kindness and charity. I think. I don't know what it is. I think she's blinded by the Holy Spirit. Could be. Because I don't know why she has me there. Honestly, I don't know. I'm a good tenant. I never cause any problems. I fix things, so maybe that's why, you know. But the rent is very good. And I don't know. It's like, I feel like I got it. One day I'll have to repay her somehow, you know, just... Anyway, it was important to her, the house. She, it was part of the house she grew up in. And so I planted trees, man. They were like little seedlings, and now they're Japanese maple kick-ass 8-foot trees. Beautiful. You know, I kicked ass at that house. I really did. So I think that she likes that. You know, I did nice things there. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I try to think about these things and figure them out, and then I'm like, why are you even thinking about it? You have no idea. You might be getting out of there. You know? I'm always afraid they're going to be like, it's time for you to go, honey. You're not paying enough rent. Because homelessness, I have actually I've experienced it. And it's not fun. Not at all. You live in your car, and you put your shit in storage, and you go to storage for your toothbrush and your toothpaste, kind of. You know, the little things you can get away with in your little Ford. I had an Explorer, so that was cool. You know, you could kind of pretend you're not living in your car, because the storage was close by to where I lived before. So I knew the area, and I knew where I could park and not be conspicuously seen as homeless in my car. But I think the guys that used to work where I parked were like, we see you in the mornings. Because I could swear, when I woke up sometimes, I could see their heads, and I was like, can they see me? I think they can, you know? Because I had black windows on the sides, but not the front window, you know? Anyway, they were they didn't say anything to me, you know? They probably knew, you know, like, all right, let's just leave her alone. I was like 3 months worth of living in a car. It's had these nightmares that people were banging on the doors, trying to get in. And almost every night I had a nightmare, like people were trying to get me in my car. It's really, really scary. I don't know why. It's different when you're in your car than when you're in your house. It's like you feel definitely, what's the word? Definitely more, that's the word. More, what's that word? What the fuck is the word? I'm thinking of words. What is that word? You know, the option of getting mugged or whatever. Somebody breaking in your car and you just feel vulnerable. You know, you're just in your car and you're sleeping in your car. And you could hear people walking by, getting in their cars, and you're just like laying there trying to be real quiet for them not to notice you. So the whole point of this video is try not to speed, people, you know, really. Your new cars, I think I had the video like this before about this. Your new cars make you, they don't seem to show you how fast you're going, because you're not looking at your speedometer, but your new cars are going fast. Yes. You don't notice it because they're new. And they're fast as shit, the new ones. So you have to pay attention to your speedometer. Set it. I don't know. Put an alarm on it. Because these new cars tend to make you feel like you're not speeding. You know, like you could be doing 50 and you think you're doing 30. I don't know why it is. It's because the car is a good car. And it's getting, I don't know. You're whizzing by and you're just pressing on that pedal like you always pressed on the pedal, and you're thinking, oh, I'm doing 30. No, you're doing 55 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone where the kids are playing, right? And on the highway, you're doing 100, you know? Weaving in and out, weaving and bobbing. Oh, them people, they belong in a special place, you know? Give them a special race place, like a raceway, and have them play with each other and just kill each other, because I don't care. Because they are just fucked up with their weaving and bobbing. Oh, yeah. Are you a speed car racer? Oh, how cute. You know? Are you proud of yourself? Oh, look how good you are. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, ass. Because anything could happen if you do that shit. You're really opening up to a problem. Some guy, holy shit, I'm coming upon the part where I go home, where it turns, and the turn, if you go around a car when you're behind them, to see, you know, I was going too slow for him, so he's trying to get around me. But there's this fucking turn that you can't see around the turn. The cars, oncoming cars, you can't see them if you go and do that. It's a turn. I mean, he would have been in oncoming traffic, so he would have killed, like, me, him, and somebody else. It would have been a bing, bang, boom, 3 people. You know? So, like, Jesus, you know, you just don't fucking do that. Anybody that does that shit is fucking nuts. You have to see a psychiatrist when you do that shit. Like, wow. I mean, occasionally I could see if an old person is on the fucking northern state and you're like, they're doing 30 and you just want to do 55. I could understand you want to go around them. But not when there's turns and you don't know what the car's coming. Are you deliriously stupid? Or are you smoking pot? I don't know. You're stupid. You just are fucking not thinking. When you get older, you think more. Because I don't know, you just don't want to get hurt. You get wise, man. So listen to the elders. Listen to older people, get advice from them, but not some, because some still speed. It's crazy. It's almost like they want to keep their youth. You know, I can still speed. Woohoo. You know? I know. Well, this one guy I knew, man, he was always like, I know how to get there. I take it this back road and that back road and this back road. By the time we got there, I was ready to throw up because I'm sitting in the passenger seat going, holy shit, I'm getting car sick, you know? If you just would have took the straight way, we would have got there 5 minutes later, but I wouldn't be sick as a dog right now, you know? I just was like, you are an asshole. But I didn't say anything because, you know, you can't. You can't call people assholes. Not even your friends, you know? I think you should be able to tell your friend, hey, you're driving like an asshole. How are people supposed to know you're driving like an asshole if somebody doesn't fucking tell you? You know, that's the thing about the Lord. That's why he put out the commandments. He tried to help people to remain, I don't know, somewhat moral, you know, and it just to give people some kind of a guide to how to live a nice, correct life, sort of, a moral life, and not have affairs and divorces and blah, 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 because it's nuts. You have sex before you're married. Yeah, okay, good job. Have sex while you're drinking. Okay, yeah, that works. That's children born, you know, and then if the people aren't friendly to each other after a while, that's fucked up for the kids. And that's the end of this story. I'm home, safe. Sometimes I don't even know how I get home safe, because this car is such an old car. But back in the day, we had old cars, and yet they rode just fine. But it wasn't until they started regulating everything we started noticing, oh shit, that's not right. I don't know. The regulations make you paranoid. Oh my God, I got to change my ball joints, you know? I had a mechanic once who got in a car with me. He drove, and he just did all these like side swerves and shit, and he was just trying to fucking piss me off. Because I was like, talk to him about I said, I bought the car from him. I said, the ball joints are bad. So he takes me flying down the highway, doing all these fucking turns, and I'm like, you're an asshole, you know? But I guess he was just trying to show me that, you know, you'll be all right. Whatever. So, the car turned out to be a good buy, you know. It was $1,900 for a 2002 Ford Explorer. That the engine is kick-ass. It was. I got, 167,000 miles on it so far. It's still kicking. So I had put in about 4,000. Yeah. So brand new car, 33,000. Yeah, it's good. Worked out.